real quick. We'll hit it. So Stowers, go ahead.
Sorry,
no,
mock
no
draft
mock
database has him at 75. So
I thought you were saying do a mock draft. I was like, no, sir. All right. So Eli Stowers, tight end out of Vanderbilt, obviously played for the Commodores. He was a red shirt senior, 6'4", 235 is what he's listed at. So a little bit lighter there, obviously, probably more of a receiving tight end. Stowers' path to the NFL is one of the most unique and recent ones. A former 4-star quarterback recruit in Texas A&M. High football IQ. He transferred to New Mexico State to play for Jerry Kill, where he transitioned to tight end. He followed quarterback Diego Pavia to Vanderbilt. So they both left New Mexico State and came to Vandy, all right, to Vanderbilt for the 24 and 25 seasons, where he became a unanimous All-American. In 2025, he led all power conference tight ends in yards per route run, finishing with 62 receptions, 769 yards receiving, and 4 touchdowns. His physical profile, he's a big slot, what we used to call a slot bully, okay, prototype. Stowers is built more like a modern F tight end, what we just talked about, the F tight ends that are going to flex out, right? And again, F in Matt LaFleur's offense is referring to the flyer, which is the move wide receiver. But again, I always still refer to those tight ends as Fs as well for the most part. They're kind of that hybrid approach, right? Then a traditional inline Y. He is a fluid athlete with receiver-like movement skills, making him a matchup nightmare for linebackers. Quarterback mindset, having played quarterback at the high major level. Stowers has an elite understanding of coverages. He knows exactly when to sit down in zone windows and how to present a target for his passer. Think Travis Kelce in his prime. That's what he did really well, was just finding the soft spots on those choice routes. Yak ability, he's dangerous after the catch, averaging 6.1 yards after the catch per reception. He runs with the vision and balance of a ball carrier, often turning short hitches into significant gains. Very gimmicky offense for Vanderbilt that kind of comes in with some of the RPO stuff, the hitches there with the RPO approach. Technical skills, he's got natural hands. He's a pure hands catcher who effectively plucks the ball away from his frame. He finished 2025 with one of the lowest drop rates in the country, so that's good news.
That's
route
impressive.
versatility. Vanderbilt moved him all over the formation, in line, in the slot, and as an H-back, and even occasionally in the backfield. This versatility makes him a coordinator's best friend at the next level. Third down reliability, he was Diego Pavia's security blanket, consistently converting tough third down targets into first downs against elite SEC competition. Now, areas of improvement, no surprise, inline strength at 235. He lacks the prototypical bulk to be a primary inline blocker in the NFL. He can be overwhelmed by 270-pound defensive ends in the run game. Top end speed, while he has great football speed, he may not test at an elite vertical threat at the NFL Combine. He wins more with savvy and short area burst than pure runaway speed. So he's a quick twitch guy, not a top end speed type guy. Physicality at the catch point. While his hands are sticky, he can sometimes be out-muscled by physical safeties in contested catch situations. Adding lower body strength will be the key. His projection, Jacob, they're saying early to mid day 2, so rounds 2 to 3. His Mackey Award winning production and unique athletic profile have him solidified as a top 3 tight end in most circles. We've got him number 2, obviously. Pro comparison, Dalton Schultz or Dalton Kincaid. Dalton Kincaid has kind of struggled in Buffalo. Now, he was one of the top tight ends the year that he came out. That's the year we got Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft. I remember Dalton Kincaid might have been the best tight end on the board, according to our board. But, again, Tucker Kraft ended up, I think, being the better tight end out of that draft, at least on the surface. His key 2025 statistics we talked about, 62 catches, 769 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 12.4 yards per route ran, I believe, there. So injury history, career durability since transitioning to tight end in 23, Stowers has been remarkably healthy. He appeared in all 12 regular season games for Vandy. In 2025 spring practice, he sustained a scraped-up minor arm injury during the first week of spring ball, but it did not limit his availability for the fall season. So he stayed healthy. Again, at the time that we took this information down for the scouting report, he was 37th on our board. With a 36.4 grade, although the consensus big board had him at 81 and the PFF big board had him at 50. Now, Jacob, you said he's risen since then. Is that right?
Not sure exactly how he's risen or fallen. He's at 75 right now on the mock draft consensus data.
So, consensus big board had him at 81, so he has risen a little bit.
Yep.
He is risen. Easter right around the corner. Anyway, Jacob, what do you think about what we talked about here with Eli Stowers? Is that somebody you'd be interested in? Because to me, it seems like he's more cut from the cloth of Luke Musgrave as opposed to obviously a Tucker Kraft type.
Yeah, that probably be my biggest argument. I just don't feel like that's the type of draft pick that we need at that position. If he were to happen to fall, then yeah, let's take a shot at the guy, maybe kind of thing. But even going back up to how his comparisons there with like Dalton Kincaid and the other guy from Buffalo there, it kind of feels like that this is more the situation that Buffalo had when they had Dawson Knox, who came in and kind of took the speed out of Kincaid, where they thought like this guy's going to be the guy, and all of a sudden it feels like that's kind of what we did in Green Bay as well, when Tucker Kraft is like, hey, this Musgrave guy, nah, no big deal. Like, yeah, I'm a jackrabbit, whatever. I'm going to come here and just kind of show you what I do. At this point, I think that there's definitely more needs rather than having to draft this guy at his positional stock at the moment. That being said, like, if it's a match made in heaven, if Goody or whatever thinks that this dude is absolutely like, we can't not draft this dude, then I'm cool with it. Who am I? We just sit here like we talk about. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're just guys sitting here, talking ball. So it's like, I like the idea. But again, no more Vandy guys for me for now. All right.
All right. Coach Lynn says Matt LaFleur loves guys like Josiah DeGuara. See, that's what I think of as an H-back. It's perfect. Because, we were looking at DeGuara like, hey, this could be our use check. Boy, did we swing and miss on.
I still got a DeGuara jersey on my wall, unfortunately.
And listen, DeGuara is a great guy. Tucker Kraft talked about how much he meant to him. He's the one who got him kind of really tapping into, his walk in Christianity. And he had a Bible study on the team and this and that. And it really kind of, he was seen as a team leader big time, but it just didn't
great family.
Yeah. Yeah. And Coach Lynn says we don't have that body type on this roster. Completely agree with that. Wiley is definitely not built like DeGuara, right? But it seemed like they tried to put him in that role a little bit more than maybe most other tight ends. And Coach Lynn went on to point on that Kincaid can't stay healthy. So evidently that's why he struggled, which makes a lot of sense. Because, again, we had a very high draft grade on him. I remember him being one of, if not the top tight ends that year that we had the board back here on the wall back in the olden days. So. Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you for your input, man. And again, it's funny, too. We're sitting here talking about tight end. Nobody's saying it's a top need, right, Jacob? It's just when you look at when you get to really around the fourth round is when I'm going to be going, all right, can we steal a tight end right here that could be a real difference maker, almost to a Tucker Kraft level? Because it's easy to look at Tucker Kraft and go, hey, this dude's a top 3, top 5 tight end right now. But at the time of the draft, nobody was looking at Tucker Kraft going, this guy's going to be a stud. A lot of upside, RAS through the roof, all those things. But, again, small school, how much weight do you put that on your board? Obviously, it's worked out pretty damn good for the Packers. I can't wait to get him back. Because like you said, Jacob, he's the heart and soul of the offense. And he's a team captain for a reason. He plays the game the right way. He blocks. Everything you want a tight end to be and do, safety valve, the yak is through the freaking roof. And you got to tip your cap to Matt LaFleur. Everybody likes to just give Tucker Kraft all that credit. You look at the yards of separation. It's not Tucker Kraft ain't shaking guys out of their boots. Matt LaFleur is scheming him butt naked through the trailer park, and that dude is off and going. You get a full head of steam with him, and he's going to run right through the tacklers. So again, if you guys are watching this video back later, let us know in the comments. How do you feel about Eli Stowers out of Vanderbilt? Cut a little more from the Musgrave cloth. Is that okay? Or would you rather move on and get somebody maybe like an H-back like Coach Lynn's talking about, or maybe you want to go with another traditional Y, kind of like a Tucker Kraft hybrid? Let us know in the comments. How do you feel? Do us a favor, hit that like button, hit subscribe, click the bell icon so you hang out with us here in the future on live streams. All right, Jacob, I think we're done, man. Anything else you want to hit here before we wrap up? Anything
no, I mean, that was, kind of covered a lot right there. The one last thing I'll say about how much I respect Tucker Kraft is a guy like that's been through adversity, which, if I'm not mistaken, he was offered an ability to go to Alabama, said, no, I want to play where my daddy played, obviously lost his father. Like, you can't teach, you can't coach the type of man that is, where it's like, he's just a dog, dude. Like, that might be up in the running as one of my favorite Packers of literally all time, which is saying a lot, but he's already there for me.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. That's going to wrap it up. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Do us a big favor. Spin those laces. Hit that like button. If you're watching on X, click on my profile. Go to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe. And if you jump into the live streams on YouTube, you can actually see the entire YouTube chat, be a part of the conversation. That's what we encourage people to do here. It's why we call it Packer Fan Total Access. It's us just getting in here talking ball with other fans, and it makes it absolutely a blast. So greatly appreciate everybody jumping in. As always, the best way to support what we do here at PTA is join our Patreon group, patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access. It's where you find a copy of the draft board. It's where you find all the chats, all the articles we put up. That scouting report on Eli or on Stowers is already over there. It's been up for a couple weeks now. So you can go through and look on the draft board, and you'll see in the 23 grade column right there, one of the first cells next to the name, if they've got a turquoise color, we've already got a profile created for them. So you can find that article in the Patreon group as well. Jake, appreciate your time, man. It's good talking ball with you. And we will be back probably later today. We'll see how everything goes. Obviously, not going to go live during the Super Bowl. Going to be with friends and family, and we'll be hanging out.
We forgot even to mention Happy Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, I could care less.
I don't give a shit.
I'm going to eat wings and have a daddy soda, and I'll probably be asleep by the third quarter. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So,
sounds
that's
about
the way
right.
it goes. But all right, guys, everybody have a great day. Hit that like button for us. My name's Clayton. That's Jacob. This is PTA. Go Pack Go.
There we go.
We're out.
Bye, guys.